Hey guys, Ryan Roland Smith here. I just wanted to point out one kid who I've been working with for about a year now, and just the progression he's made in the last 12 months. It's been so fun to watch, him come and just gain confidence. And I'm going to show you, this is Josh Pearl. Now, Josh Pearl is 14 years old, and his mechanics to me are really sound, and that's why he can fire strike after strike. And he also has the ability to be 82, 84, which is at the top of the food chain for his age. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. So I just want to run through a couple positions I noticed that Josh does, which generates that velocity and generates that command. Now, you hear Trent and I talk a lot about being rotational. You're a rotational athlete. You can also generate velocity by being linear, but going in a straight line, and Josh does a really good job of that. Could Josh be more rotational? Absolutely. But that's something that he can gain in the next couple of years, because like Trent and I always talk about, the kids who do the stealth programs and the kids we work with, we care about them when they're 17, 18, when they're the business end of their teenage career. We're not trying to build little league studs. We're trying to build that foundation so they can run at full capacity. So, Josh, for example, if he's capable of throwing 96, 97 miles per hour, we want him doing that as opposed to 88, 89, which just gets by. So I just want to run through a couple of things that I noticed with Josh from this front view. If I had a side view, it'd be a lot easier to show you. But a couple of things Josh does really well. So here we go, just from the start, from the top. So first of all, Josh is a strong kid, and he gets in a really good strong position right here. He could get a little bit more hip turn. I think obviously the extreme of this is Johnny Cueto. I'm not talking he has to get that big wraparound. But when you get a little bit more rotational here with your hips from that preset position, that action causes a reaction. It causes you to rotate out of that. Some kids over rotate, but when you can rotate out of that and track that energy forward and get linear, like Josh does a really good job, you can maximize your rotational power. So that's one little part of Josh from the beginning. So as we clear that off now, check this out. When he comes down, first of all, he's holding this core position, that head, that center of gravity. Everything's going in the right direction down the slope, and it's pretty repeatable too. Josh can repeat his mechanics over and over because he does have that good center of gravity as he goes down the hill. Now check out, I want to show you first of all this back foot. Now kids, and I got taught this too, that back foot, you got to flick that back foot over, like some drill stepping over the log or over the bench. Guys, please don't do that. We are stronger on 2 feet as opposed to 1. We generate velocity, right, from this drag line. Now check out Josh's drag line back here. Check out this back foot. I'm going to draw a circle around here. This back foot is on the deck, Now when you look at elite throwers in the big leagues, and you look at the power pitchers, Nolan Ryan, Noah Syndergaard, guys like that, check out what their back foot's doing as that ball's well out of that hand. The whole flick it up and over, guys, that's just not how you generate velocity whatsoever. So check it, here it is, it's still dragging. Now it's only just come off the ground. If you're on the mound and you want to see a good drag line, it should be 2 of your feet minimum long. All right, so that's the first little part of Josh building that good linear base from that lower half from the waist down. Now, I've stopped it at this position right here. Now check this out. This is the other thing I like about Josh. Right here, these hips are already fired. Now the angle's a little bit over the catcher's right shoulder, but these hips right here, I'm going to clear that out, draw the better one. These hips are squared up right there, and look where this upper body is. We talk about hip and shoulder separation, creating that whip from the waist up. Now Josh, this back shoulder, he could have a little bit better front side, but that's okay. This back shoulder has not rotated yet and hasn't engaged into where it wants to throw the ball, but these hips have. When you create more of that hip and shoulder separation, that's 80% of your velocity comes right there. So Josh is doing a really good job of centering up and tracking this weight. So he's stacked, foot hits the deck, that ground force comes up through the chain, up through that front foot, and wham. Now look, this angle, Josh has got that axis. It's pretty good axis. I know it's a little bit, obviously the more horizontal you can get, but Josh has still got that really good axis right here, a good release point. And this is the other part. I'm trying to keep this as short as I can. I could talk about this all day because I love watching pitcher mechanics. But check this out. Ball's left his hand. And where's that weight? That weight, now this is front on, that weight keeps tracking well after the ball hits the catcher's glove. Okay, so there's a couple positions Josh does really well, and he's having a lot of success in the last 12 months. He's been dominating because he's got very sound, good linear mechanics. Once he adds a little bit of rotation and he starts training the right way, the right drills to keep adding to that good base, then he's going to see some crazy, crazy gains. So, anyway, that's all for me. I just want to wrap that up with a couple positions and show you what Josh Pearl, next gener, does really well.